Yeah! Woo! What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the KillJoy Jake YouTube channel. My name is Guy Wearing Dragon Hoodie, and I will be your host for today. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome. We're gonna talk some horror today. Little horror talk. A couple of big updates in the world too. Maybe we'll get into as well. So a lot of good stuff to be talking about. I can't wait to talk with all of y'all. So welcome, come on in, sit on down, pop your popcorn, and let's talk some horror movies. What's up, everybody? How's it going? What's up, Tori? Welcome to the stream. What's up? Welcome. Super Simmer is saying saw Scream 7 in the title. Immediately click the notification. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here. Welcome. Let's talk some Scream 7 theories. What you got? Throw something at me. T3, Terrifier 3, Riley. Let's go. I love your profile picture. It's fantastic. Terrifier 3, let's go, John. I love it, man. I love it. What's up, David? How's it going? Let's get bloody. Let's fight. Let's start fighting each other and get bloody. That's what I'm talking about. Nope. Don't do that. Child's Play fan. I have a feeling I know which Child's Play movie you may like the best from your profile picture, but I could be wrong. I don't know. What's up? Welcome. No, I am the Lizard Wizard. Hey, listen, buddy. You think you're cool, huh? Think you're cool claiming to be the Lizard Wizard out here? There's only one. God. Someone came from Instagram. What's up? What's up, Sean? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Godzilla is here. Insidious 5 trailer coming Wednesday. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am for this. I am so hyped for Insidious 5. Big old trailer dropping on Wednesday. Your boy will be doing a big coverage on it. It'll be a whole day of Insidious. It's going to be great. I can't wait. What's up, Denisha? How's it going? Thanks for being a KillJoy cult member. I appreciate you. Howdy. Hey, welcome. Savage Zombie Reviews. What's up? What's up, you savage zombie? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Ethan's here saying, I think Terrifier 3 will be the Halloween Kills of the franchise. You know, we say this a lot. We say this a lot about new movies that come out. This is going to be the Halloween Kills of the franchise. I no longer know what that means anymore, because I remember people said that about Scream 6, and I don't know. Do those two movies have things in common? I'm not 100% sure. I imagine you mean that Art will be the star of the show, getting a lot of kills, but I feel that way about Terrifier 2. But also Sienna, you know, we introduced the final girl to counteract Art the Clown. So maybe you're saying that it's going to be more like the whole thing's focused on Art the Clown. It's Art the Clown's movie. Sienna's just kind of a side character, essentially, like how they did with our main characters in the new Halloween timeline. Maybe that's what we're talking about. But I do feel like Terrifier 3 is going to get darker, go back to its early, like, just straightforward horror roots instead of like the absurdist slasher that it is nowadays. I definitely feel that. I definitely feel like it's going to do that. Speaking with Damien Leone at Horror Hound and seeing just like what he's been saying about it, it feels like it's going back to that All Hallows Eve vibe, which like I'm very intrigued by. I'm very intrigued to see how they do that, how they make that fresh with a way bigger budget as well. I'm excited for it. I don't want them to just make the same movie again, too. That's my other thing. I'm glad they're not doing that. That makes me happy. So I'm hyped. I'm hyped for it. Hello, fellow wizard lizards. What is up? What is up, Sarah? How's it going? Welcome, fellow wizard. Also, to all of my friends who are KillJoy cult members, I'm just gonna be so straight up with you. I'm tired. I had a busy weekend. I haven't had a day off in a very long time. I completely forgot to post the review video yesterday. I don't know. I straight up forgot. I am so sorry. So I will be posting. I'm literally posting it right now. It should be going up. It's 86% uploaded. So you guys will also, if you're sick of this stream, you're like, Jake, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear you talk on a live stream. I want you to talk on a review. Well, guess what? I got something for you, you Ghostface tier patrons. I'll have something posted here in a second. A Frailty review video. A movie that is very underrated. A Thousands gem I recently discovered that I had to talk about and share with all of you fellas. So check it out if you're a Ghostface tier. It'll be up momentarily. momentarily. Gas said 654321 is saying, Jake, is the Insidious movie, are they good? I've never seen them before. Here's the thing about the Insidious movies. They're not for everybody. A lot of people are like, I'm sick of the jump scares. I'm sick of the Conjuring movies where it's like it's just jump scare focused and all that. And I totally get that. But where some of the Conjuring movies get kind of old to me, they're not ones that I will go back and watch a bunch of times. The Insidious movies I keep coming back to. I love that every single installment has a different creature, which is so different and so special for a movie in this kind of subgenre, this jump scare, paranormal subgenre, whatever you want to call that. I think these ones are special because they have a different monster in every single movie, and I really like that. If you're a monster fan, I think the characters are also pretty well written across all 4 movies, and I'm hyped for 5. I will say the timeline is a little weird. I would just watch them in chronological order, even though that's not how the story works at all. Technically, it goes 3, 4, 1, 2, and then 5, which comes out later this year, which is bizarre, but I love it. I love it so much. Killer franchise. Really good movies, too. So check them out. If you like the first one, I think you'll have a good time with the sequels. First one's definitely the best, though, is what I will say. Cole is here. What's up, with a salad fingers profile picture. Love it. And I love Rusty Spoons. Hell yeah. Saying one of the stab movies is time travel, but imagine Scream 7 having real time travel. Oh, well, what would you do? I would bring back Stu Macher. That's what every fan I feel like would do in that scenario. My hair's just not, 2 streams in a row. my hair's been looking absolutely crazy. I think it's time to complete the grout fit here, and put on a gray beanie. There we go. That's a little better. Oh, Jake needs a haircut, but screw that, right? Just let it grow. That's what I'm saying. Noah Atkinson is here as well. What's up? All we need is the Meg 2, the Trench trailer. Are we hyped for that, though? I want to get hyped for that. It's a big shark movie, so I'm sure it's going to be fun. The first one was fun. It was ludicrous, but it was fun. Not the rapper. Jake should remake and play Dawson in Dawson's Creek. Talk about Jordan Peele instead of Steven Spielberger. I like that you said Steven Spielberger. That made me very happy there. I have never seen Dawson's Creek. I know some people are going to lose their minds over that. They're like, but Jake, come on. You got to check it out. I've had people say that's an absolute sin before, but I've never seen it. I guess I should check it out, is what I've heard. Jukebox General. The Jukebox General is in the house, but not the Jukebox Hero. That's a foreigner tune. Hey, Jake, with I Know What You Did Last Summer requel supposedly happening, it is confirmed. I hope they reboot it with new characters, a new plot, some legacy characters, and more gore. Well, so far we know that Freddie Prinze Jr. is back, if I remember correctly. Hey, you know what? Actually, if you give me 2 seconds here, Jukebox. Give me 2 seconds. Relax. Chill out, Jukebox General. I'm kidding. I'm just being a jokey little jokester. I actually do have I can confirm a few things about that. So, Freddie Prinze Jr., Jennifer Love Hewitt, they are in the cast as of right now. The director is going to be Jennifer Caton Robinson, who I believe was the other writer on Thor: Love and Thunder, which is not a credit you want to have to your name, in my opinion, but it's one of those things where I'm going into it with an open mind. I'm like, hey, I'm hoping this is good. I really do, but I love that we have Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt. We got that. That's cool, but I don't know. Not a big fan of this. Not a huge fan of this director. But we'll see. I'm hyped for it. I'm gonna give it a chance. We got some legacy characters involved. Probably we'll have some new characters as well. Maybe they'll give it the Scream treatment. You throw some new characters in there, make it darker, give it some gore. That would be cool. I'd be down for that. What's up, Child of the Corn? What's up? Welcome, Anthony. How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Frailty is awesome, dude. Once again, just shout out to Sarah Campbell, who's here right now. That movie kicks so much ass. I can't believe I have never seen it before Child's Play fan. It's so good. And we got Evil Dead Rise this week, as Lighting Ghost is reminding us. I can't wait for you all to see it. It's so good. I loved it. As a huge Evil Dead fan, I was thoroughly impressed. I don't know. I went back and I've gone back this week and watched a bunch of all the Evil Dead movies again. I did a little podcast that's coming out for Freddy tier patrons at some point this week. I don't even know. I don't even know how I would rank these. I went back and watched all of them again too, because this weekend I'm gonna do a ranking video at some point, and I just don't know. I really don't know how to rank them. I love Evil Dead 2. I love Army of Darkness. I loved fucking Evil Dead Rise. I really don't know. I really don't know how to rank these bad boys. I think I know what. I think I got the top. I know what my favorite one is, but everything else is I got nothing. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Tropical Biscuits is saying, "What's up, Jake?" What's up, Tropical Biscuits? I love that name. I love that name so much. Welcome, Tropical Biscuits. Yo, Jake, went on Netflix binge this weekend and watched Red Dragon and Lights Out. I just watched, dude, okay, that is bizarre. I just watched both of those movies too. I watched Red Dragon for the first time, loved it. I had previously not seen any of the Silence of the Lambs sequels. Loved Red Dragon, that was awesome. It's technically a prequel. There is a film that I believe is a sequel that I've just never seen. Don't even know what it's about. There's also one about Hannibal's origin story, apparently, about him in the war and all that. Once again, I haven't seen them. I just watched Red Dragon for the first time. I'm like, how the fuck have I never seen this movie? This is killer. It's almost as good as Silence of the Lambs too. It's almost there. It's got a few things here and there that I'm like, okay, that was a bit of a stretch. But besides that, loved it, man. Killer movie. Child's Play fan throwing $5 out there. I really appreciate that support, man. Thank you. Thank you so much, Child's Play fan. Saying, think Nev needs to come back to send off the franchise once and for all, and she needs to be a target, and the Core 4 needs to try to save her. We need to put the focus back on Sidney Prescott. Well, I ask you this, my friend. Who else wants to kill Sidney Prescott out there? That's my big thing. I feel like the best way to bring Nev back into the franchise is to have a killer that is going after everybody. We have so many legacy characters right now. We have so many characters who are returning from movies. If it's basically everybody from Scream 6 who lived would probably come back for 7. We could have Nev Campbell come back. We could have, I mean, that's right there. That's fucking what, 8 people, 9 people? So you have the Core 4, so that's 4. You have Gale, you have Kirby, you have what's his face hot boyfriend. So that's 8 people. We got listen, that's a full cast for a horror movie right there. You can have an 8 people cast, maybe throw in some other new characters, sure, whatever. Who cares? Couple, maybe round it out to 12, 4 more characters, 4 new characters. 5 new characters, let's say, make it a little better. So let's say we have 13. We have 13 characters. One of those 5 has to be Ghostface, and then we got to pick off some of the legacy characters. I hate it too. Listen, I don't even like saying this, but that's what we need. That's what we need after 6, which felt very, very safe with. It didn't feel very safe in general. I don't want to say that. It felt safe in its way of preserving the legacy of all the characters. If it's the Radio Silence entities or if it's your Wes Craven characters, it was very, very safe, very protective of all those characters. I think now we need kind of the opposite of that moving into Scream 7. I feel that's what's so tough about sequels, in my opinion, is you got to keep pushing it forward. You got to keep making it something different every time. And with 6, I'm begging on my hands and knees pretty much. I'm like, do something different, go a different direction, have a new setting, give us a change up of the formula. But now we did that a little bit. Now we got to do something else for Scream 7. Whoever does it, whenever it comes out, if it's in 2025 when it comes out, it's got to be something different. Will it have Nev Campbell back on board? I kind of hope so. I think that would be fun. I'd be down for her to come back. It makes me sad to hear that she was hyped up. She was super hyped about Scream 6, but wasn't able to be a part of it. That makes me a little sad. So I'd love for her to come back. I don't know if she needs to be the focus, though. I could see all the surviving members being a focal point of the Ghostface killer this time around, but there's a way to do that. I don't know if it needs to be directly Sidney Prescott again. That's gonna raise a lot of questions for the involvement of some of the other characters, or maybe you just want it to be about Sidney Prescott getting attacked and her family. That we could spin it down that route too. All depends on what we want to do, what's best for the franchise, I guess. But Child's Play fan, I do really appreciate the $5. Thank you so much. Thank you. I do want Sidney back, though. That's something. That's something I do want. But something I really like is I play demos is saying, "What's up?" Here we go.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? Welcome, I play demos. Welcome. How's it going? Evil Dead Rise in 2 days. Even though I have seen none of them, the trailers look good still. Oh man, you haven't seen any of the movies? Here's what I'll say, Riley. I see you're a Terrifier fan. I saw that from earlier. You will love the Evil Dead movies if you like the Terrifier films, for sure, without a doubt. Without a doubt in my mind. Evil Dead Rise is super fun. I will say you don't need to see any of the other Evil Dead Rise. You don't have to see any of the other Evil Dead movies to appreciate this movie. But what I will say is there are little nods and Easter eggs, references, whatever, to some of the other films. Some of the lore with the Book of the Dead. You might want to see Army of Darkness if you want to fully appreciate some of that, which is really cool. But once again, it's not anything that's super necessary. It's just little background stuff that I think is fun. So see those movies if you want, or just go see the new one in a couple of days when it drops. That's up to you. What else do we got here? Lighting Ghost is saying Nev's story ends in 3. I mean, yeah, but you know, then they kept it going. Then they kept it going into 4. So I agree. I think that would have been a nice fitting end, and then maybe start off with new characters in like a next film if someone had been in charge of all that or something. I don't know, but I'm fine with it. I like the story in 4. It's fun. And I like what they did with Sydney in 5. Once again, I agree with you. I think her story was kind of like the main story with her was kind of over in 3. And then everything else, her involvement with the franchise past that just feels like, yeah, these are just more stories in this universe, which is fine. Didn't Freddie Prinze have an interview 2 weeks ago with 2Fab saying he wasn't joining I Know What You Did Last Summer? So I have heard this, but he's on the Production Weekly thing for the cast. So they're super reliable. That is the reliable source. So I'm not 100% sure. I mean, that's coming from the horse's mouth right there. I don't mean that Freddie Prinze Jr. is a horse, but I do mean that he is saying it right there. So maybe that's the truth. Bill Skarsgård, similar situation, was saying that he's not involved with the Welcome to Derry series, and then there's all this confirmation all over the place that actually he is involved with it. It's a confusing time for movie and show updates. Very surprising and strange times. Do you reckon there will be new directors for Scream 7? Asks A1 Alfs. Here's my thing. What I think is that they want to capitalize on this while it's popular. The studio is well aware of what happened with this franchise the last time they tried to bring it back, which was a massive failure, which sucks. And I don't want that to happen again. The door has been kicked open for Scream to be popular again right now. And I feel like if we wait too long to make the next entry, people are going to lose interest. You know, you can say all day, like, and compare it to you can compare what's going on with the franchise right now to the last couple Halloween films we got. You can do that, but also the big delay there was because of the pandemic. Like, that's why everything got pushed a year. So I don't think that's necessarily a good comparison, especially because now we're in a different time period. We're past that, I feel like, at this point. Scream 7, it will most likely go into production soon rather than later. I mean, we already have viewer Anon saying that there's a script basically that's written already for the 7th installment. It's gonna happen. I wouldn't be shocked if it gets filmed this year. That's what I'll say. I'm shocked that it hasn't been announced yet. I don't know what's going on. I'm guessing it's because of a shift in directors. That's my guess as to why they're not on it as quickly as some of us would like. That's my guess. And to my knowledge, once again, a viewer Anon is 100% truthful in all this, and what he's saying about the script being written, that's true. Maybe Guy Busick and James Vanderbilt, they did write a script for Scream 7, but it's going to be helmed by different directors. Maybe that's your only change in creatives for this new movie. We'll just have to see. But for now, it's kind of up in the air. It's kind of up in the air about what's going to happen. It's really anyone's guess for now. But that's my guess. I feel like they're probably going to come back to write a script. Same writers, but Radio Silence will not be involved directing-wise. That is my guess as of right now, considering how busy their schedule is. Like I said, they're filming Dracula's Daughter with Melissa Barrera in Ireland right now. I'm not saying it's impossible for them to finish filming that this summer and then maybe in August or September or something start working on Scream 7. That's not impossible, without a doubt. Not impossible. So anything can happen. We'll just have to see. Want to say hi to a few more wonderful people in the chat. The Spicy General. Welcome, General. Ugh. Welcome to the stream. The spiciest of generals. Carrie Crape Cinema is here as well. What's up? Welcome. Sarah Campbell's throwing $5.50 in there too. Thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate you. Honestly, I just love 20 minutes of Sid and 7. I agree. I'm fine with that. We don't need, I don't think we need a whole, I don't know if we need a whole movie focused on her again, but I would love to see her again. I would love for her to be involved. I agree. Just so we can end her story, have her happy ending on her own terms. Then the franchise can move on. I kind of agree with this. You know, it's one of those things where I love Sidney Prescott. I think she's a killer story, but sometimes there's just not more story to tell with a certain character, and that's okay. I do think that she could have fit in with this whole everything we got going on right now. I think she could have fit into Scream 6, maybe? Question mark. But that movie was already pretty busy, and it's tough to say if that would have worked or not. So I don't know. I'd love for her to come back in 7 and maybe be a part of it. Maybe just do something a little more than just being third act backup. That would be nice. But doesn't have to be the focal point of the story. That's entirely possible, I think. Would love to see what they can do. Would love to see what they can do with that for sure. But Sarah, I agree. I just want everybody to be involved. I love that we got Hayden Panettiere back for Scream 6. That was awesome. I think her involvement in that film was very fun. I think if it was any more too, it would have been too busy. Like I was saying, there was a lot of characters, a lot of storylines, a lot of things going on in 6. So it would have been tough to just, you can't just bring everybody back to life as wonderful and as happy as that would be. That's just, it's just not going to happen. So if Sidney comes back, you maybe gotta throw some of the other characters to the side, kill them, have them somewhere else for the events of the next film. It's tough to say. You know, it's tough to say until we find out like what the setting's going to be, who's going to be involved. Then we can really talk more about this. But if they bring Sidney back, I just hope that two things. I hope she's not the focal point again, because as we were talking about earlier, I feel like her story ended in 3. And also I hope she's a little more than third act backup. Like, have her be integral to the plot, but at the same time, she doesn't have to be the focal point of it either. You can do that with characters. It's possible. So I'd love to see that happen. Sarah, thank you so much for the $5.50 from Canada. I appreciate that. And Carrie has just become a YouTube channel member. Again, I appreciate you, Carrie. Thank you. Welcome. You get another glass of Kool-Aid for your troubles. Thank you for being here, Carrie. I appreciate you. Lighting Ghost, I appreciate you too. Welcome. How would you rank the Red Dragon and the Silence of the Lambs films? Have you seen the Hannibal TV show? It's really good. So I've only seen those two, Red Dragon and the Silence of the Lambs. I need to see, so I know there's Hannibal, and then I don't know what the other one's called actually. I'm very unfamiliar with this franchise, which sucks because the two movies I've seen are like 10 out of 10 movies, really fucking good. And it's a shame. So we have Red Dragon, Hannibal Rising. Manhunter. I've never seen that either. Hannibal 2000. Yeah, I some of these I've just never watched, and it's a shame. But I hear that the Hannibal TV show is fantastic. I've seen like bits and pieces of it. Like I remember I watched maybe like an episode, like a single episode when that premiered, because it was like there's a lot of hype around it. I hear it's fantastic, like you're saying here. I would love to go and watch it. We have the same guy that's involved with that show working on the Friday the 13th prequel series right now too. So there's so many reasons to get into Silence of the Lambs movies right now. So I don't know. I'm gonna get invested in that again. I'm gonna go through those films soon. I don't know why I haven't watched Red Dragon or any of the other movies, because I love Silence of the Lambs. It was like I don't know. It's up there for me somewhere. I don't even know. I don't know if I would say like top 10 horror movie for me, but it's very close to that. Very close to that. I really like that film. So. Lighting Ghost, thank you for the $5 though. I would probably Silence of the Lambs, like what I have seen though, to answer your question, Silence of the Lambs, Red Dragon so far. That's I definitely like Silence better, but Red Dragon was a banger though, without a doubt. So Lighting Ghost, thank you for the $5 though. The character work in Red Dragon is amazing. Man, I don't even want to spoil it for you if you haven't seen it yet too. There's like character attributes of the main killer that they're going after in the movie. That's so fascinating to me. It's I don't know. How they were able to do that in 2 movies now is really, really impressive to me. Doyle! Oh, Doyle rules! Welcome, Doyle Star. How's it going? Terrifier 3 about to hit different. You're damn right it's gonna hit different. I'm hyped, man. Scarier film, leaning off the comedy a little bit, which is like, I get it. You know, it's one of those things where I get it. We can't do the same movie twice. If Terrifier 3 comes out and it's just Terrifier 2, the sequel, I don't know if I want that or not. You know, I like that in the first Terrifier, most of it is played straight, but then there are moments that are so ridiculous that it's funny. And then Terrifier 2 leans into that a little more. That's nice. Terrifier 3 is taking it the opposite direction, reeling it back a little bit, you know, bringing it back to horror. And I appreciate that. Just making it straightforward, scary, losing the camp a little bit. That's kind of, you know, it's not confirmed or anything, just what I've been hearing through the grapevine. What's up, Jonathan? How's it going? Jonathan's excited for the Insidious 5 trailer that comes out on Wednesday, as well as myself, because holy shit, it's going to be good. It is going to be good. I can't wait. We have Patrick Wilson. Patrick Wilson is directing this in his debut, not debut, although there is a T in that word for some reason. Patrick Wilson coming back to direct this bad boy. He stars in the first 2 movies. He's starring in this one, but he's also going to be directing, which I think is interesting. I'm very excited to see what he brings to the table. We've had a few directors come through this franchise. James Wan did the first 2 movies. Lee Winnell, the writer of the first 4 movies, directed the 3rd one. And then Adam Robital. I always say Alex for some reason, but Adam Robital directs the 4th one, which I think he's really underrated director. He did the Taking of Deborah Logan. Fantastic movie. I really like that one. It's a slow burn, but when you get to the burn, when you get to the big explosion of the movie, it's something else. It's one of the creepiest images I've ever seen on screen before. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, as they say. Yes. Oh, Noah Atkinson. I like this idea. Please let the spring break setting happen for Scream 7. That would be cool. Okay. You know, like Miami or Boca Raton set Scream movie. That would be cool. I've talked a little bit about how that I think that movie could work as long as you don't have Ghostface outside in the sun, because I don't know if you guys have ever put on a Ghostface robe before or not, but they're fucking hot. Even when you're inside with air conditioning blasting, it's still super hot. No way someone is killing somebody in one of those things outside in Miami, let alone in the summer or spring for that instance. So I think that movie is entirely possible. You just have to have your chase scenes and kill sequences at night or inside. You can have all the other stuff outside in gorgeous Florida if they want to film it. If they want to film it there or somewhere that looks like Florida, sure, let's do it. Infinite Sky is saying I can't stand Hawaiian Punch. It's really, really negative towards Hawaiian Punch. I mean, it's not my favorite either, but that's funny. That's funny stuff. Ryan Baxter, what's up? Hiya, Jake. How's it going? Hiya there, Georgie. Had to catch my Monday horror stream while on vacation in Vegas. In Vegas? Nice. Dude, let's go, Ryan. Have fun. Have fun. Don't blow all your money, but have a little fun, you know? You know what I'm saying? Don't blow the whole paycheck, but have some fun. Have some fun. And maybe you'll win, you know? Good luck. I hope you win big. I hope you make $1 billion, more $1 billion. A Morbius amount of money. That would be awesome, man. But all in all, though, going to Vegas, have fun. That's the big thing. That's the big thing to remember. It's not about winning. It's about having fun. The house always wins is what I've learned from going to Vegas. That's all I'm gonna say. Jonathan saying Insidious 5 is gonna be gruesome. Hell yeah, man. I'm fucking hyped. Fucking hyped. Ty is saying hopefully the trailer will be before Evil Dead. That would be sweet. It's coming out. Well, it's coming out Wednesday, so it should be. Trailer's coming out Wednesday, so it should be playing before Evil Dead. I'm gonna try and see it again this weekend. I'm thinking I'll post my review for Insidious on. I don't know when the embargo lifts. That's my big thing. I can't find anything on that. So I'm probably gonna post my Evil Dead spoiler video Thursday morning, because like, who's gonna watch it before it comes out is my thinking. Maybe Wednesday night. I don't know when I'm gonna post it, but we're gonna look into it. I'm hyped for Evil Dead Rise though. Can't wait. It's gonna be fun. Villain Killin' Dylan is here too. What's up, Dylan? Welcome to the stream. That is I, the KJ. Sarah Campbell's also posting a link to my Patreon. I really appreciate that. Going along with this real quick, though, I do want to say two things about the Patreon and just this channel in general. I'm going to start doing all of my movie stuff on this page, which is maybe controversial. We're going to be stepping out of the horror movie realm, where that's always going to be the focus of this page. Don't worry about that. That will always be the focus, absolutely, without a doubt. But on the other side of that, I want to start talking about other things that I'm interested in. At first, I thought I got to start a whole other channel to do that. But now I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. We're just going to do all my movie stuff on this page. And then I'm going to have a second page for gaming is my big update. So Movie Smoothie is being liquidated, whatever word. Maybe it sounds like liquid. All of that's going. That page is turning into my gaming channel real soon here. The new Dead Island comes out this weekend, so like I'm thinking about starting to stream that, maybe potentially. I don't know. But the goal is to have a movie page and a game page. So that's what's going to be moving forward. And with Patreon, I'm going to start being a little better about these rewards. I've been stupid busy these past couple of months trying to get everything together. A big goal with the fan film we put out last year was to get that out there, say we've made a movie, and then try to pitch some originals out there into the world. And we're finally at that stage. We have a script we're very proud of, and we're working on that as well. So I've just been stupid busy these past 5 months or so. But the Patreon, I have so many crazy rewards coming out for some of the higher tiers as well. Like I said, a review of Frailty is going out for Ghostface patrons tonight. Later this week, Freddy tier patrons will be getting a podcast that me and my brother recorded talking about the Evil Dead franchise. He's actually going to college for podcast recording and like musical engineering and all that stuff. It's a super high quality podcast. I love it. We killed it too. I'm really proud of the recording as well. So that will be an exclusive podcast for Freddy tier patrons who will also get everything else. And then Jason tier patrons are getting a special review of Final Destination. The Final Destination franchise is something I'm going to be covering on there as well. So that's coming soon. Support me on Patreon if you want to see all those things. And also it helps this channel survive because it's hard being a horror channel these days. But that's enough of that. We'll get back to the horror talk, because who wants to hear a guy talk about his fucking Patreon for more than 5 minutes? Let's get back to it though. Felipe is saying, I think Scream 7 is about the Carpenter sisters. And then on 8, Sydney returns with the cult idea to kill all legacy characters and Sydney's kids. Ooh, that's dark. I kind of like it though. I like the idea of finishing the story with the Carpenter sisters, though. I do. I really like that idea, because I feel like with Sydney, we had 3 movies to tell her story, essentially. With Sam and Tara, right now you could say their story is over and that's it. You could say that. That totally works. I'd be all right with that. But another movie, am I gonna say no to that? You know, it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm really digging where Scream is right now. I'm not gonna say no to another movie. I'm kind of vibing with that. And then for another film to come out where it's the cult idea, where it's them going after all the legacy characters and killing all of them, trying to just end this madness for good. It's a cool idea. I like it. I like it a lot. Next Gen Studios is saying the title better be designed as In 5 Idiots. Yes, In 5 Idiots. And if they don't call it that, Next Gen Studios, we're gonna call it that. Scream 5. It's called Scream. Just call it Scream 5. It's not Scream 2022. Come on. There's already a movie called Scream and it kicks ass. Call it Scream 5. No, I am the Lizard Wizard. Yeah? You want to fight, Izzy? I'm a fellow lizard wizard, okay? We can all be lizard wizards. I don't know why everyone is fighting me on this. It's almost like I told you to do that or something. Anyways. So Jake, how did you like Frailty? Just watched it the other night for the first time. Amazing movie. Killer movie. I fucking loved it. Sarah is the best with recommendations. Never doubt her. Never doubt Sarah is what I've learned from all of this. Hollywood Guy is here too. What's up, Hollywood Guy? Jake! What's up, Hollywood Guy? Welcome. Anthony's throwing $2 in there. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. More underrated actor, Edward Norton or Sam Neill. That's dude, I mean, like, my list for underrated actors, those are 1 and 2 pretty much. That's really tough. I think Edward Norton is... here's what I'll say. Maybe this is a hot take. Maybe this is a hot take, but I feel like Sam Neill... I don't even agree with that. I'm literally going to say, I think they both had incredible performances in a really big movie. Like, I feel like Edward Norton's is like Fight Club, probably. Sam Neill's is Jurassic Park, without a doubt. Like, both of those movies are killer, and that's probably where you know these actors from. But then they have other roles, like Edward Norton in Red Dragon, Sam Neill in Event Horizon, Sam Neill in The Mouth of Madness, which is so good, and nobody ever talks about it, which is a shame. Edward Norton's also in like American History X. I'm trying to think like what else has he been in? We're not going to talk about the Hulk movie. We're not going to talk about that. I'm probably going to go with Sam Neill. I can think of more Sam Neill movies off the top of my head that I really like. Edward Norton, I'm sure he has an incredible filmography as well. It's just not everything is coming to mind. There's more Sam Neill things, more Sam Neill properties that I fucking love. So I'm going with Sam here, but both are very underrated, but both don't get enough credit in my opinion. So Anthony, thank you for the $2. I do appreciate it. Hollywood Guy is throwing $5 out there. Hollywood, thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate that support. Thank you, sir. Question, if they bring back Stu, can he be in a cameo in the Stab movies? A Scream within a Scream? Well, here's what's interesting about that, Hollywood Guy. We know that our good buddy Vince Vaughn, the star of the Psycho 1998 remake, was actually Stu Macher in the Stab movies. So I wonder if maybe he comes in and does like a Stu thing. We actually get to see a scene from the Stab movies where it's Vince Vaughn. That could be kind of funny, actually. I'd be down for that. It's one of those things where the other aspect to it as well is like, would it make sense with the story? No, not just. There's no way to spin it. Stu coming back just doesn't make any sense. He's dead, got killed by a TV, got stabbed many times beforehand. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. It's one of those things where I would love it. I love Matthew Lillard. He's incredible actor. Now I get the want. I get why we want him to come back, but he's coming back to horror. You know, that's the other thing too. Maybe he's not going to play Stu Macher, but he's going to be the big villain antagonist, the human antagonist specifically of Five Nights at Freddy's. We already know that it's going to be animatronic, just running around cutting people's heads off and all that. We already know that about Five Nights at Freddy's. But did you know that there's also a human villain as well? And did you know that Matthew Lillard will be playing him? I mean, that has me excited. The big thing that I think everybody wants from Matthew Lillard is for him to come back to horror. And that's happening. That is happening right now. Maybe he comes back for Scream 7. Maybe, especially if we get new directors. We know how Radio Silence feels about Stu. So if he's going to come back, this may be the chance. This may be it. But me personally, I would rather Matthew play new characters that are iconic and a great additions to his repertoire, opposed to just rehashing something from the past that was great. That's just my opinion. I would love for him to I would just love for him to do more. I would love for him to do more in the horror space. It is the big thing for me. That's what I want more than anything for him. Is to come back to horror, give us some great performances, because he's awesome. Matthew Lillard is like the nicest human being ever. I got to meet him at Horror Hound, and he kissed my hand. I'm some greasy stranger, and he kissed my hand. What a dude. What an absolute lad. He doesn't feel like a celebrity either. He feels like just a normal human. I don't know. I say that like celebrities aren't normal people. They're all lizard people, let's be honest. But I love it. He super nice guy. He's awesome. I'm totally kidding about that, the lizard people thing. I don't know if that's true or not. Government, don't come after me. I don't know. If I get abducted, that kind of confirms it, though, doesn't it? Hollywood Guy, thank you for the $5, though. I really appreciate it. I hope you're not a lizard person. But if you're a lizard wizard, as you know around these parts, that is okay. We accept all wizards and lizards in any different form. Okay, Anthony, I think you've recommended this movie to me before, Possession. I've been meaning to watch this. I gotta watch it. I gotta check it out. I've read about it, and it sounds fucking ridiculous, and I'm so into it. Like, I'm so down. I love the premise. Love what I've read about it. But also watch Rounders. Rounders. I've never heard of that one before. It's got Matt Damon in it too. Okay. Rounders. 1998 film. The year of my birth. Love it. John Dahl is the director. I like that name. I don't know who this is, but Matt Damon loses his memory in a poker game against Russian gangster Teddy KGB, played by John Malkovich. Under pressure from his girlfriend, Jo Gretchen Mol, he promises to quit gambling. This lasts until his friend Lester Worm, Edward Norton plays a guy named Worm, I love that, gets out of prison and needs to pay off an old debt. The pair come close to earning the money back, but are caught cheating. Then Mike finds out the debt is owed to Teddy. Oh, not Teddy, dear God, and makes one last-ditch effort to beat the Russian guy. Okay, that sounds kind of insane. Kind of crazy poker movie is what it sounds like. I'm down for it. We got a theme tonight. If it's wizards, if it's lizards, if it's Vegas, it's a theme, and I like that. I like having themes. That's always fun. That's always a good time. G. Nelson is saying, I get the want of Stu also. The only thing worse is Drew Barrymore saying she thinks, like, you know, it's one of those things where, like, I'm sure if I met Drew Barrymore, I would just be like, I love this person so much. Have them come back to Scream. Like, I'm not gonna lie. When I met Matthew, the first thing I said to all my buddies afterwards was, you know what? I don't care. I'm on the Stu train. I want him to come back. But then I calmed down a little bit. Then I was like, okay, I gotta sit down for a second. Let me sit down for a moment and think about all this. It's one of those things where, like, I would love for these characters to come back. I love these actors that portrayed them. They're super nice. They're super amazing. But so are the people who are on screen right now. Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega, Mason Gooding, Jasmine Savoy Brown. All these people are fantastic as well. And I love all these characters. They're all great. I will say this, if we ever make a Wes Craven's New Nightmare style Scream film, I really think that would do well because of how even the people in the fan base who don't want to see Stu come back because it wouldn't make sense with the story, if they made a movie like that, you can't tell me you wouldn't get a little hyped for it. Like, I would be like, okay, that's pretty cool. You got Drew Barrymore, you got Stu back, you got Skeet, you got Nev, like, get everybody back for another Scream film, but it takes place IRL. That would be a lot of fun. You could have one of these. You could have Drew Barrymore be the killer. Like, think about how insane that would be. She's never interacted with any of these other people on screen before in the Scream franchise specifically. How fun would that be? How fun would that be to see? Like, and they're all like, there's an opening kill of, what if Skeet Ulrich is the opening kill too? Like, how insane would that be? So that would be such a great tone setter too, to say, like, it's not going to be the same people again. That would be interesting. I think that would be a lot of fun. I would be super down for a movie like that, Wes Craven's New Nightmare style Scream. That would be a lot of fun. It would bring back everybody. And I don't know. That's my other thing I have to throw in there as well. There's not just one way to bring back a character. Like, you don't have to have Stu still be alive somehow, who was living in his mom's basement for 35 years or whatever the fuck. You don't have to do that. You could bring him back on one of Randy's VHS tapes. Bam, they go back and watch a video and Stu's on it. That would be really cool. You can take this approach too, New Nightmare approach. Do that. Have all the characters play themselves as actors who are getting stalked by a Ghostface killer years later. Maybe it's a crazed fan. Maybe it's one of them. There's so many different ways to approach that. It doesn't have to just be Stu was alive this whole time and he's living in someone's basement. It doesn't have to be that. There's so many ways to do it. That's my thing. Oh man. Red Right Hand 2, I'm down. Anyone else? You know, never say never is what I say. Never say never, Toby Show. That's what I like to say. I would love to make a Red Right Hand 2, but it's one of those things where I don't want to make the same movie twice. Like, if you go back and watch the proof of concept for Red Right Hand, it's a little more, like, it's not as goofy. I think it's a little more straightforward. And then we made it a little goofy in Red Right Hand. We made it more fun. It's more of a horror comedy. And I think moving forward, if we were to do a Red Right Hand 2, it would have to focus on Danny as a killer, who my brother plays. And he's told me many times he feels more like he's a behind the scenes guy than he is an actor. And I respect the hell out of him. I love him. He gave a great performance in that movie. It was super fun acting alongside him. I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm open to the idea. I just don't know what I would do for it necessarily. But I don't know. Maybe you'll get a short at some point. Maybe a short that takes place within the movie. Maybe we'll do that. I don't see writing a whole sequel. I see building on top of the story we've already made. That's what I feel like we could do. I don't know if we could do something where it was like, okay, here's a continuation of it. I don't know. I feel like it was a pretty open and shut story, and I love that about it. I think that's fun. But I will say we have something original in the works, and I can't say more than that. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Toby Show, thank you for the $2 though, and look at you, Toby Show, throwing 5 more bucks in there. Oh my God. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Toby. Thank you, Mr. Toby. I appreciate you. Thank you for your... I don't know what I'm saying. Insane idea, prequel to the original. Show Billy and Stu meeting with Roman, stalking Casey and Sid. It brings people back. It doesn't break the timeline. Once again, this would be a lot of de-aging, which would be tough. That's why I'm pitching the VHS idea. Like, you can hide so much BS behind a VHS filter. Like, I'm watching the 4K... the 4Ks of the Evil Dead movies, and I'm noticing all these little things that I'm like, ooh, that doesn't look great, 40 years later. And what I realized is it's like, but they were, when this movie came out, it went to VHS. It had a filter over it when it came out. It wasn't as noticeable back then. All these not so great effects. Nowadays, I've heard people say like, oh, the effects look terrible nowadays compared to the 80s. And I'm like, well, that's because you're watching it in 4K and not on a VHS tape, in all fairness. So I feel like the best way to bring back a character, because we all want them back, we all want these characters to show up again, is on a VHS tape. It would be so easy. Like, you could just film something with them in like some decent makeup to make them look younger and put a VHS filter over it so it doesn't look, that would be so easy. It would be you could have it be integral to the plot or not, like how they do in Scream 3, where they just play a VHS tape with Randy on it, and it kind of falls into the commentary of trilogies, but doesn't really do much for the plot. Does it aid Sydney in the end? No, it's the 2 guns she has in the bulletproof vest that's the reason Sydney is successful in the 3rd film. So if you want to have a moment where the Meeks Martin twins are going through their attic and they find a VHS tape from their old uncle who's since passed, and they play it, and they have a little nice character moment together watching their uncle fuck around with his friends. Well, we'll just put that in quotation marks. That would be fun. I'd be down for it. It would be a great way to bring these characters back, have them play those iconic characters again. Cool. Sure. Let's do it. And also money, because if you say, hey, if you hint at the idea of cameos in a movie, there you go. More people will come. So Toby Show, I appreciate the $5. Thank you. Also, if we do a prequel to the original, we got to find people to play Billy and Stu, which is like, man, that's a chore right there. That would be tough to do. That'd be real tough to do. Oh, I wouldn't want to be the person in charge of having to cast that. That would be tough. Casting someone to play a young Matthew Lillard, essentially. Oh, that'd be tough. Anthony's throwing $2 in there. Thank you so much, Child of the Corn. I appreciate you and all your corn. Saying tough on the spot, top 5 slasher films. First 2 that come to mind. Top 5 slasher films, without a doubt in my mind, I know that Scream and Terrifier 2 would be in there. That's really tough. What would the other choices be? See, I love slashers that are really gory and have a badass killer. Those are my 2 big things that I love about slasher films. I like when the characters are well written too, but like the biggest things to me are good kills. If the horror is not there in a slasher film, I feel like I'm watching every other slasher. Man, Pieces is probably up there for me. I really like Pieces. I'm trying to think what else off the top of my head. I'm trying to think of things that aren't Friday the 13th, because okay, Halloween is in there. The original Halloween is definitely in there. I really love that movie. Is just pure atmosphere and it's so wonderful. Damn, that is so tough. I gotta think of slasher movies, man. I really like Friday the 13th Part 4. I really like Part 4. Part 4 is awesome. Part 4 kicks ass, man. I'm trying to say things that aren't just franchises, the stuff you're not familiar with. And I'm trying to think like just straight up slashers. Okay, Black Christmas. Black Christmas is definitely in there, without a doubt. That movie is so funny and so scary at the same time. It's done so well. I have said for the longest time, I'm like, you can make a movie that isn't specifically a horror comedy and still have it be terrifying and really silly. And Black Christmas is proof of it. Is just living proof of that. It holds, the comedy holds up, the scare factor holds up. Fantastic movie. Yeah, without a doubt, that would be on my list. That would be on my list without a doubt. That original Black Christmas is a masterpiece. Love it. Child of the Corn, thank you for the $2 though. There's my off the cuff top 5 slasher movies, which maybe I don't, that's one of those things where I'd have to sit down for like 4 hours and really think about it. But that off the top of my head, there you go. Who saw, I'm curious, who saw Christmas Bloody Christmas? I wouldn't put that in my top 5 slashers, but they talk about Black Christmas in that movie, which is why I'm thinking about it. I had a fun time with it, but some of my buddies did not care for it at all, and I'm really curious what everyone thinks about that movie. So I had a blast with it, though. Robo Santa killing people, it's fun. It's ridiculous. Gorgeous lighting too in that movie too. That's fun. Next Gen Studios putting out their top 5: Halloween, Bride of Chucky, Scream, Child's Play, Halloween Kills / Scream 6. Nice, good list. I like the Chucky inclusions too. That's nice. I don't think I would put any of the, personally, I don't think I would put any of the Child's Play movies in my top 5, but I do like them. I think they're a lot of fun. Child's Play 2 is one I go back to a lot. So they're fun movies. They're fun movies for sure. Toby Show throwing 5 out there. Thank you, sir. Thank you again. Saying, sent Scream Forever to a critic and he loved it. Nice. The twist and commentary are great. A true horror slasher with the 90s feel and detective mystery. Very nice. Very nice, Toby Show. Good stuff. Good stuff. Congrats. Killing it, man. Killing it. Thanks for the $5, sir. I appreciate that. And congrats on that. Good stuff. Infinite Sky is asking, who would you like to see as a Ghostface villain in Scream 7? I have a few people in mind. It's tough because Scream 6 kind of sucked out some of the actors that I would love to play Ghostface and did not take it down that route. Some of the you have to have, like, I always think younger characters when I think of Ghostface. I'm always thinking about who's like a younger actor that's like really popping right now that could play a Ghostface killer. But I'm also starting to look at like some just general actors at this point, because what I'm realizing from the last like 3 movies in the Scream franchise is it's kind of all over the place. You know, we got college students, high school students, 25-year-olds who are unbelievably misled in their morality, dads. Lots of variety in our Ghostface killers. Anyone can be. Everybody's a suspect. You know, that's what I've realized. I always go for, I'm always like, okay, yeah, it's got to be somebody young. It's got to be somebody young and on the rise who's a killer. But that's not necessarily true. It can be anybody. So something that crossed my mind recently, and I was thinking about who could play a good Ghostface killer, who can play crazy but also cover that up really well. Who can do that in the space right now? And someone that comes to mind all the time that I would love to see play a killer in literally anything is Glenn Howerton. I feel like he would be amazing as a Ghostface killer. He's my number 1 choice for Freddy Krueger right now, which is a hot take. I say that name and people are like, who are you even talking about, Jake? And I'm like, dude, Dennis from Always Sunny, bro. Look up Always Sunny in Philadelphia. If you've never seen an episode of that show, watch that, watch Dennis, and tell me he wouldn't make an excellent killer in something. Like, I don't know, man. Tell you what, if anyone needs to play a killer in something, it should be him. And I think he would do an excellent job at keeping up that facade of like, I'm this normal human being that is so fine. I'm not killing anybody. It's fine. But then you could see the other side of that later on. And you see that in his character Dennis in Always Sunny. He's very silly, but like there's this like deeply unsettling aspect to his character that makes you think he's a sociopath. And I kind of love that. It's something that's played for laughs, but you could easily twist that knob a little bit and make it full-on terror. So that would be cool. Glenn Howerton, lead Ghostface in Scream 7. I'm gonna lobby for it. I'm lobbying for it. Let's get Christopher Landon directing, and Glenn Howerton is our lead killer. Let's make it happen. That's insane. Like, could you imagine if like 3 years from now or some bullshit, where we see the movie and that happens? Like, oh, now that would be nuts. That would be nuts if someone predicted some bullshit like that out of nowhere. That would be hilarious. Toby Show's throwing $5 in there again. Toby, you're just the MVP. You come in here and you're so generous. I just appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Saying top 3 scary movies. By scary, I mean terrible. So just bad movies. Number 1 is Hubie Halloween. Not a bad choice. Space Jam 2 and the Emoji Movie. I mean, this is a pretty solid top 3. I gotta give you that. That's a pretty solid top 3. What would my top 3 be? I think that the movie House Shark, which thankfully no one has ever heard of, is one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life. Check it out if you dare. It is 2 hours long, and it's a parody of Jaws, and that is all I'm going to say about it. Watch it, and you'll know what I'm saying. Hubie Halloween's just such a good choice. Like, that's so funny. That's so unbelievably funny. Grown Ups 2, though, to add on to this. Fuck it. We have a theme here, so I'm rolling with it. Grown Ups 2 is not fantastic. That would be on my list. Space Jam 2 is pretty bad. That was pretty. Wow, that really poops the bed. What else? What's a really bad movie that I don't care for? I mean, Halloween Resurrection is up there for me, dude. Like, there's nothing about that movie that it does nothing for me. Like, it really does nothing for me. There's not too many movies where I'm just bored. Like, I'm so bored watching that movie. I think Halloween 5 might be worse though. I'm going Halloween Resurrection because I'm bored watching that movie, and the worst thing a movie can be is boring. You got to do something exciting. As long as you're doing something exciting, the movie can at least be enjoyable, can at least be watchable. And that's the biggest thing about movies to me. If you're just gonna give me straight drama for 90 minutes to 2 hours and nothing happens besides conversations, bro, like, whew, and some lame ass kills, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. But Toby Show, solid list. I appreciate you. Thank you for the $5. Thank you. Albert is throwing 2 into the ring. Thank you, Albert. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Saying, what do you think of the Rocka Rocka movie? Talk to me. So here's what I'm going to say. I feel like most people have seen the trailer, and I get that. I get seeing the trailer and being like, this looks very basic. This looks very, like, it's coming from A24. So when you think of A24, you're going to think of their most recent releases, which, like, Bodies might come to mind. Hereditary might come to mind while you're watching this trailer. And I get that. I really do. But here's what I'll say about the directors. I think that they post videos where you click on it and you think it's going to be one thing, but it turns out to be something fucking not at all like what you thought. Like, one of the latest videos on their channel is this one about doing a Mr. Beast challenge, and like one of the brothers has their hand on a fucking Lamborghini, and if he takes his hand off, he loses it. Oh, typical Mr. Beast video, right? But here's the thing: if you watch that video, doing their perspective from it, it's fucking crazy. Like, it's like the most ridiculous video ever. Like, they have to drive across the United States, and in the video, obviously this is all, set up, it's a joke, but they have a character named Bug in the back seat that they have to feed human flesh every 4 hours. And I think that is so funny. That's so ridiculous, and they didn't need to do any of that. But because they do it makes it memorable. It makes me go back to that video and watch it multiple times. I love that. And that's why I'm not gonna lie, I had the same thought as pretty much everyone else watching the trailer, that it's a little like, okay, I feel like I've seen this movie before watching this. I love the hand. I love the little bits and pieces of the performance I saw from the lead actress. Thought that was awesome. I can't remember her full name. I think it's like Sophie something, but she was awesome. I thought she kicked ass. But what I'll say is I feel like that trailer did a good job at not showing you enough about the movie. Like, it builds the intrigue but doesn't spoil anything. There's a lot of random crazy ass shots that are like, what the fuck's going on here? And I'm hyped I'm hyped to watch that movie with some context behind it. So what I'll say is give it a chance, because it may not look like the best horror movie ever to you, but I guarantee you it's going to be one we all talk about after its release. It's one that nobody's really talking about now, but after it comes out, it's going to blow some people's minds. Like, did anybody talk about Hereditary when that movie was being advertised? Not really. The trailer was pretty underwhelming. I saw the trailer for it and I'm like, looks fine. It's whatever. It ripped my face off the first time I saw it. I've never been more petrified in a theater watching a movie before in my life. I feel like the same is going to happen with Talk to Me. I have a feeling. I love these directors so much. I think it's going to kick ass. So Albert, that's my thoughts on the movie for right now. I feel like we're all going to have a very different opinion on this film in a couple of months here. So I'm excited. Very excited for it, Albert. Thanks for the $2 though. I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Villain Killing Dylan, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Had to throw this in the ring because this man is gonna get me to watch Scarecrow. I'm gonna fucking watch this movie because your guys' recommendations are fantastic. I can't remember who it was, but somebody recommended the movie Joyride to me, which is fantastic. Loved that movie. Joyride is a slasher, by the way, which that might be up there. It's in my top 10, maybe. It's up there for sure. Joyride was killer. But top 5 slashers: Freddy vs. Jason, nice, very fun. Bloody Valentine 3D. Ooh, Bloody Valentine 3D. Okay, hell yeah. Leprechaun into Hood because it's funny. Hell yeah, man. Any of the Scream movies and Scarecrow 2002. Nice. Scarecrow 2002. All right. Scarecrow 2002. I'm watching this fucking movie if it kills me, man. It's gonna happen. I love this list because there's a lot of very fun movies on here too. Bloody Valentine 2009 it's got its weird moments, some CGI kills that don't look great, but I think it's fun. I love the original film. It's a blast. It's fucking insane. The Leprechaun movies are so fun and ridiculous. Freddy vs. Jason. All of these are super fun entries to what I've seen. I haven't seen Scarecrow yet, but those first 4 are very fun movies that I love. So Villain Killing Dylan, thank you for the $5. I appreciate that. I like the fun. I like that it's fun. It's a fun list you got there. Cole, what I'll say about Bodies is it's not for everybody. It's really about the twist of the movie. It's really about the twist. There are some things about the movie that are done purposeful to, like here's what I'll say. The characters are purposefully annoying, and it's done on purpose because of something in the movie that happens. And I appreciate what it did. It's a very experimental film, and I like it. I've watched it a couple times now, and I have a good time watching it every time. It's really interesting. It's really thought-provoking, and it's got a banging fucking soundtrack done by Disasterpiece, who can do no wrong, is what I've learned watching any movie that he scores. It Follows is his very best, but his Bodies soundtrack, it's pretty good. It's pretty solid. I like it. Hollywood Guy's throwing $5 out there. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you. Saying my top 3 slashers for me are The Burning, Sinister, and Valentine. The Burning is fantastic. Ooh, I haven't thought about that one in a while. Sinister. Ooh. Is that a slasher movie? I don't know. Have you ever watched Ginger Snaps? I do like Ginger Snaps. Is Sinister a slasher? That's really tough to say. Hang on here, Hollywood Guy. Hang on a minute. I feel like this is arguable. I feel like that this is arguable. Maybe not your typical slasher, but I think an argument can be made that it's a paranormal slasher film. There's an argument to be made there. You're dealing with an entity who films and records these murders. And I don't know. I mean, there's an argument to be made there, dude. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's not a slasher film. That's really tough. I think it is at its core like that subgenre we got in like the 2010s of jump scare paranormal movies like we were talking about earlier. But does it have a little slasher influence in it? I think it definitely does. It absolutely does. So that I feel that though. Sinister's a killer movie, man. And Valentine, also very underrated. If you're a fan of Scream and you've never seen Valentine, I recommend it. Check out Valentine. Killer twist. Really good twist. Probably the best twist ending of any of the Scream clones. Although Urban Legend is up there too. Urban Legend has a killer twist. Ugh. If you know, you know. My fans of the sorority girls from Scream 2. If you know, you know. Hollywood Guy, thank you for the $5. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Mr. L is throwing $2 in there. Welcome, Mr. L. Welcome. I appreciate the heck out of you. Saying, as a kid, what movie terrified you the most? So the first horror movie I ever watched was Eight-Legged Freaks. That scared the fuck out of me. But one that I don't talk about too often on here because it like literally sent me into a it sent me into a spiral of not being able to sleep at night for a little while as a child was Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell, which I have yet to rewatch as an adult. I've watched clips from it because I wanted to like some reference points to talk about like Justin Long movies back when Barbarian came out, but the ending scene to Drag Me to Hell, which I'm sure you can guess what it is, it's one of the most interesting things I've ever seen. It's fucking terrifying. It's I don't know. It's such an interesting setup to a crazy twist ending. Is it a twist ending? I don't know. It's just it's a shock of an ending. It's a punch in the face of an ending, and it's awesome. I don't know. That movie absolutely terrified me. Jaws was one too. I see a lot of people talking about Jaws. Jaws made me terrified of the water for sure. That one was scary as well. So Mr. L, I'm curious what movie might have done that to you though. So throw that in the chat if you'd like. I love those movies nowadays though, but that one fucked me up. Jaws and Tremors 3. Okay, Tremors 3. Both PG as well. Jaws is PG, but also don't forget it came out before PG-13 was a thing. It probably would have been PG-13R if it had came out any later. Because man, that movie's not a PG. That ain't just okay for kids. That's what I'll tell you. Some terror in that movie. Sarah Campbell's. What's going on? How's it going, Sarah? Thank you so much again for the 550. I appreciate you. Thank you. High Tension came out when I was 14, and boy, was I too young for that. I slept with the light on for a minute. Oh, High Tension, killer movie. Killer movie with an insane twist that it's almost controversial because of how much of a punch in the face it is. But I love it. I think it works really well for me. I've watched the movie a couple times now, and it's one of those twists where you have to go back and rewatch the movie because you're like, does that work? Like, does that all make sense or does it not make sense? I don't know. I got to go back and check all this out. And it does. I think it's set up really well, actually, although you're not really paying attention to that because it's one of those twists where you can't see it coming. There's no way that's something that's in your mind. And they play it really well. I think it works. I think it works. There's one thing about the movie that kind of it makes you question if it would work or not, but I think it all does. And that would be something I don't want to talk about on a live stream because I don't want to spoil a lesser known movie like that. But High Tension, I recommend it. Check it out. And even if you hate the twist, like, give it some thought because it's one of those where it's like, you got to think about it. You're like, did that work? Did that work or did that not work? I know a lot of people who hate it and think it's like the worst thing ever made. And I get it, trust me, but I think it's really interesting. It's a good movie. So High Tension was awesome. It blew my mind the first time I watched it. Alexander Aja, however you pronounce his last name, killer director. He's made some really good films. So thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support. I'm so sorry that you watched that movie too young. That was okay. Here's another story. Speaking of Insidious, it's Insidious week. I can talk about this. Insidious I saw when I was way too young too. Came out in 2010. I saw it opening weekend, and I was not ready for that fucking jump scare with that piece of shit demon coming out of nowhere, behind Patrick Wilson. That dude. I was I was with my girlfriend, at the time, and I grabbed her arm and put it in front of my face. Like that was me. That was me in the theater, just terrified, pissing my pants. It was terrible. Terrible, man. Terrible, but great times. Great times. Love that movie. Mr. L is throwing $5 in there. Thank you, sir. Answering the long-awaited question. For me, it was The Grudge. I was living in Japan. Oh, nice. Dude, nice. I know a few people who have lived in Japan, and I'm just so jealous. Like, Japan seems so cool. I would love to live there. There's a few places I would love to live, but Japan is up there. It's up on the list. So nice. That's awesome, man. You were living in Japan, watched The Grudge for the first time. Even passing by the DVD covers at Target stopped my heart for a second. Nice. I gotta know, you're talking about the American one, right? Like, you're talking about the American remake, because the original is also pretty fucking scary, dude. That's maybe one of my all-time favorite horror movies. If you're someone who's trying to get into movies and you're trying to get into that business and you're like, I just feel like I don't know the technical things about horror all that well. I don't know what scares people. Watch the original Grudge. It is, in my opinion, the very best use of sound design in any movie ever. Like, goes beyond horror. Just film in general, if you want to understand sound design and how to do that and to effectively scare somebody or effectively make someone feel an emotion with sound, the original Grudge is the best at that. Because if you watch that movie without the sound on, it's fine. You know, the makeup, it's whatever. It's nothing special. The acting's fine, too, I'm going to be honest. But the fucking sound design makes that movie like goosebumps all over your body. You're just upset watching that film, but both are great. Like the American remake, I think, is also amazing. Ted Raimi's in it, so like, of course, it's gonna be good. But I love them. I love all the Grudge movies. I have not seen the American sequels though. I have not seen those before, but I hear they're okay. I hear they're just okay. I want to check them out at some point. But Mr. L, that's awesome. That movie, that sound she makes, I can't do it, but it's awesome. The throat clicking thing. I can't do it. I can make owl noises, but I can't do that one. Mr. L, thank you for the $5. I appreciate you. Check out Night of the Creeps. This is I believe I have seen this movie. This is the Tom Atkins film. Night of the Creeps. Let's look this up. Night of the Creeps, if it'll pop up. This is the one I'm thinking of, right? Yeah, Tom Atkins is in this. Yes. I know this movie. I want to say I've seen this film, but if I have, it's been a while. I remember a really goofy Tom Atkins movie with like zombies or something, right? Slug-like creatures maybe I've seen a trailer for this. It's been a while. There's a lot of movies that I like when I was on this horror binge in 2018, and like I didn't even write anything down about them. I would just go through like 2 or 3 horror films a night just to be like, I can't believe I've been missing out on all of this. There's so many good movies out there that I just haven't been watching. Night of the Creeps, I feel like is one that I have seen, but it's been a while. I remember a Tom Atkins movie that was a little goofy, had some weird vibes to it. But I need to watch this one again because I don't remember it that well. So Night of the Creeps, man, what a banger. I remember parts of it now because I'm like, wait, hang on, I do remember parts of this. I'm gonna rewatch it though. I feel like this is probably on Shudder or something, right? This feels like a Shudder movie, if there ever was one. But I will check it out for you, Jason Carpenter. I'll give you the new scoop on it. Insidious was great in theaters. The tiptoe through the tulips scene was horrifying with the kids dancing. My goodness. Dude, that movie's so good. Like, and it's so good on rewatch. There's things you miss, and you're like, oh shit, I can't believe I missed this. This is awesome. Night of the Creeps is a masterpiece, says Sean. Okay, Sean, we're watching this Saturday. You hear me? You hear me out there, bud? We're watching this movie because I can't remember if I've seen it or not. I'm like, this sounds, I saw that title and I'm like, Tom Atkins movie. I know this for some reason. What's your favorite scary movie is asking about Cry Wolf. I've seen this movie. I like this one. It has one of the goofiest kills in it in any movie of all time. And you know exactly what I'm talking about if you're a John Bon Jovi fan. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Crazy. Like, I can't believe they did that. I can't believe they did that. It's like, it's unintentionally the highest point of the movie too, because of how insane it is. And it's very funny to me. I really like that film though. It's got some good stuff going on to it. So Insidious introduced us to Darth Maul's meth head cousin. You know what I think is really funny about that? They even joke about the look of the demon in the behind the scenes. They're like, yeah, it's basically just Darth Maul, but in a paranormal horror movie. And I'm like, yeah, but it's a really scary design and I dig it, man. So you have a point. You have a point, Ryan. You're not wrong. Jake, do you think Terrifier 3 could manage a kill twice as bad as the bedroom hacksaw scene? Would you even want to see if it was allowed? Here's my thing about the bedroom scene. I think that the reason it's so good and so impactful, and also that the hacksaw cutting the girl in half from vulva to neck. I think the reason those kills are so impactful is because you've seen Art the Clown kill people in the movie, but it keeps building. It keeps building and building and building. And in Terrifier 2 does it even better, in my opinion, because you have that kill with the shopkeeper, and you get the bottle in the eye. It's brutal. It's fucking awesome. Art cuts off his head. You're like, Jesus Christ. Holy shit. That was insane. But then they take it to another step up with the bedroom sequence, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Oh my God. I think that's the big thing about Terrifier that works so well. It's this wonderful crescendo that knows when to stop and restart, but it takes it so far, and you don't know when it's going to stop. Like, you can feel like this is so much, I can't believe I'm watching this the whole time. But then, right before it becomes too much, that's when it cuts it off. And I think that's great about that movie. It's really well done. That's the most important thing to setting up something like that in a Terrifier 3, which I think they will attempt. Like, how can you not attempt something like that for Terrifier 3? Come on. I don't know if they're going to advertise this film as we want to do something that tops that, like how they did with Terrifier 2. But I think there will be something that attempts to be better than the hacksaw and bedroom sequence from the previous Terrifier films. I have got to buy the first Terrifier. I need to rewatch that one as soon as possible. I think about that movie a lot. It's so interesting. Made for $35,000. Maybe it's not perfect, but it's a lot of fun. And maybe it's Maybelline. Anyways, Coop de Oof is here. Coop de Oof! Welcome. Welcome, good sir. Welcome to the show. Cole is asking, not a horror movie, but any thoughts on the Jackass movies? The best one is the 3D one. I love the Jackass movies. These are comfort films for me. I own almost all of them. I have not bought the fourth one yet, and I really like the fourth one. It's really good. It's definitely not the worst. I had a blast with it. But the 3D one is, interestingly, the one I've seen the least. I need to go back and watch that. I've only seen it once. I've only seen the 3D one once. 1 and 2 I have watched too many times because, like I said, they're comfort movies. If I'm in a bad mood or something, watching Steve-O put a fucking firecracker in his butthole, that just it lifts my spirits. It makes me feel better. I'll watch Steve-O's YouTube channel too from time to time. If I'm in a down mood, I get myself hyped up by watching Steve-O or Mark Rebier. If you're someone who's really into music and you're like, I need a YouTube channel that's music centered and it's just a vibe, Mark Rebier. Like, I'm gonna put it in the chat right now. Look up this man and watch his videos, because my God, nothing gets me more hyped than this guy's streams. Mark Rebier. Check him out. But Jackass movies, Steve-O, all those people, just wonderful. Just so much fun. I love them. They're ridiculous. And that last one was a lot of fun too. I thought that was great. Eric Andre's in it. I'm trying to think of some of the other new people, but I was hyped about Eric Andre. I was like, oh shit, no way. This is sick. Love Eric Andre. We got season 6 of his show coming up soon. Your boy will be doing a review of it because I don't care. Like I said, we're expanding. We're expanding, like I said earlier. We're doing more than horror, but horror will always be the focus of this page. I promise. Villain Killing Dylan's throwing $2 out there. I can't read that because I'll get canceled if I read that. But I appreciate the $2. I appreciate the $2, Villain Killing Dylan. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate the hell out of you. Ryan is saying I had to mute the hacksaw scene. It was so painful. Art is fucking crazy. Yeah. It's too much. Like it's like too much, and you're like, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I can't believe this is even happening. And it just it's just like the bedroom scene. It just keeps going. It doesn't stop. It just does not stop. Hear me out, Coop de Oof. Jake is Freddy Fast. Oh my God. Or literally, it would be an honor. It would be an honor. It would be an honor to portray any villain in a horror film. That is if I could do anything with my life, it would be that. I want to play monsters in horror films. That would be awesome. That's all I've ever wanted to do. That's all I've ever wanted to do with my life. Oh my God, if you want to cackle at an early 2000s movie, watch Fired Up. It aged poorly, and I love it. Just like Scary Movie. Aged very poorly, but we still have fun with it. Fired Up. Oh, man. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of Thousands mainstays in here. High school football stars Sean Colfax and Nikki Brand. let's reel that back. Let's reel that back for a second. High school football stars Sean Colfax and Nick Brady are dreading another summer at football camp. Then Nick hatches a brilliant scheme to enroll at cheerleading camp instead. Oh no. Panty raid. That's not part of it, but I feel like that's part of the movie. Soon the pair are surrounded by beautiful chicks. But the boys may have to revise their playbook when Sean falls for Carly. Oh no, Carly, the head cheerleader who sees right through the guy's scheme. It was directed by a man named Will Gluck, who I'm sure gives the best Gluck Gluck 3000. My God. I need to check this out. There are so many like Thousands movies like that did not age well, but they're kind of funny to go back and rewatch. Like, what's the one I watched with Justin Long recently? Oh my God, what, dude, this movie is, it's like so bad, but it's so fucking funny. Justin Long is in a movie with Jonah Hill, and it's like, dude, how did this movie get made? This is crazy. There's some jokes in there that just would not fly. Accepted 2006. I recommend it. Like I said, there's some jokes in there that wouldn't fly in today's space, but check it out if you're feeling nostalgic for the Thousands and how absolutely mean everybody was during that time period. That's a banger. Everyone was so mean to each other in the Thousands. I was a child, you know, and I had my cousin who was like 16 at the time. You know, she would babysit me all the time. And I just remember, like, everyone was so mean to each other in the Thousands. They would be like saying like, fucking A, bro. Fucking A. Fucking A. They would say that all the time. Fucking A, man. You dickweed. We'd have all these crazy things to call each other in the Thousands. That was my little kid perspective of the Thousands, was everyone's so mean to each other. But what a time. There truly will never be another time like the 2000s. It was something else. It was something else, man. Ghost Ship is another hidden gem of the early 2000s. I agree. Ghost Ship has a killer opening scene, and the rest of the movie's pretty cool too, but like that opening scene, it's iconic. It's a memorable one. Very memorable one. Justin Long never has a happy ending in horror movies. No, he does not. If anyone has a bad track record, I mean, Sean Bean's got like the worst track record of all time for just movies in general, but Justin Long in horror movies, man, ooh, that's a bad one. I should probably stop drinking this. This is probably why I'm getting all burpy. I gotta stop. I gotta cut out the pop, man. That's so hard to do. That's so hard. It's so tough. It's my one vice in life that I can't get off of. Coke, man. Not cocaine. Whoa, back it up. Hang on, back it up. No, Coca-Cola, the soft drink that you can get at a Five Guys, not behind the Five Guys from a dude named Ricky. No. Talking about the soda pop. I'm really bad with pop. That's my one thing. Candy, snacks, pop. I can't lose it. It's my shit. It's why I got some boobs, man. I gotta start working out again. Okay, but anyways, you guys don't care about any of that shit. We're here for horror talk. I gotta get on the treadmill. But anyways, Jason's saying it's okay. I like beer and wine. I used to, but I can really only have like one. I can have a single beer now, and that's it. That's all I can have. After that, I just get a headache and I get sleepy. I'm an old man. Nowadays. It sucks. I love Event Horizon, Hollywood guy. Killer movie. Gave up energy drinks for Lent, and it was a hard venture. I had to give up energy drinks recently too. I went to my doctor. He was told that told me I have a weird heart thing, and like I should really get off the energy drinks. And that was tough, man, because that was how I got through life for a little while there. Like I was doing college and running a YouTube channel at the same time, and I don't know how I did it. Like since 2019, I have been like the busiest human being, and I I really just need a month. I need a month to go hang out on a beach somewhere or some shit. That's what I need. I just need that. I need a getaway, man. I've been busting my ass on from college to YouTube. It's crazy, man. It's too much. Don't spread yourself so thin. That's my advice for my horror loving dudes out there. Don't do that. You'll get it done in time. You'll get it done in time. T-Movies is here. What's up, T-Movies? How's it going? Won't happen, but I would love to see Demi Lovato's Scream 6 song Still Alive get an Oscar nomination for Best Original Song. Would be the first Scream to get an Oscar nom. That would be awesome. That would be sick, man. I'd be all about that. That'd be pretty sweet. It's a good song. Mike Shinoda's song was really good too. I don't know. There's a lot of good music in Scream 6. Speaking of Oscar nominations, though, which I think is really funny, is the Mario movie could be up for an Oscar, which I think is super interesting because of the Peaches song. Now, if you haven't seen the movie, I'm not spoiling anything. It's all over the internet at this point, but Jack Black has a song in the movie, and I think that's really funny. I think that's really I think it's really funny. It's fantastic. It's a big standout, and technically it could get Oscar nominated. Could be nominated. And that would be cool. I would be all about that. Manga Maniac, I'm gonna read your comment. I'm gonna do that because you're such a nice fellow. Saying, you don't need to read my comment on your stream. But you know what? But I will. But definitely watch my suggestions for good times. The comment is somewhere above. I got you, man. Trust me, I would love to read every single comment if I could. And I try to. I really try to. Manga Maniac is saying some faves. Jack Frost 1 and 2. Fucking hilarious. Love them. Club Dread. Never heard of that one. Final Girls. If that's the same movie I'm thinking of, then yes, I've seen it. Cherry Falls. I don't think I've seen Cherry Falls. Faculty's great. Tragedy Girls is great. Sound of Violence. Never heard of that one. You Might Be the Killer. Oh, wait. I have seen You Might Be the Killer. Killer movie. Love it. That's the one with the mask. Yeah, I like that one. Haunt is great. Hot Fuzz is great. Satanic Panic. You've definitely seen on Shudder scrolling through there. Hollow Man. Is that the movie? It's like Invisible Man with like Kevin Bacon, right? I've heard of that. I haven't seen it. Dead Silence, Cry Wolf. Killer movies. Some great recommendations here. I love that. Dead Silence is so underrated. Some people love to talk, like we love to talk about James Wan. We love to talk about Lee Winnell and how amazing they are when they come together for film. But sometimes we don't like to talk about Dead Silence, and that makes me kind of sad because it's a banger. It's definitely on the lower tier of the movies they've made together, but still really good and underrated as fuck. Great suggestions, Manga Maniac. I appreciate you. Good stuff. Wait, have you talked about college publicly? I don't think I have. College was a weird thing for me. I will answer your question, Sarah, but now I got to talk about this. College was weird for me. I went back. I don't even know if I want to admit this on a live stream. I went back for a girl. I went back because I wanted to show that I was getting my life together. I went to college and I felt like I was doing absolutely nothing. But what I did want to do going back to college was I wanted to actually try at school. I was a horrible fucking kid in high school. I was a terrible human being. I didn't try on anything. I didn't care. I did not care about school at all. And when I did try, I actually did well. Like I think I was smart. I just didn't try because I didn't feel like it. I didn't want to. I didn't see the point of going to college. It seemed like such a waste of money to me. And I look back on that time now and I don't know. I wonder what my life would have been if I actually had went to college right out of high school. But I went back. I went to community college, hopefully to get into like a bigger college. I did it for almost a full 2 years. I almost had my associate's degree. Really, if I took 3 more classes, I would have it. But I dropped out as you know, YouTube was building up. I ran out of money too. So I was like, well, fuck, I can't pay for tuition anymore, and I'm not getting like crazy scholarships or anything. So this is tough. I got to make some more money. So dropped out, started working. YouTube channel got monetized, and now here I am. So, but what I will say is I actually did well when I was in college. I actually tried and I killed it. I actually, funny thing about this is we cleaned out a room in my house recently, and I found a test from like one of my big tests from college. It was, you know, it was community college, so it's basically just high school 2.0. and I got like a 113 out of 100 on it or some bullshit from like a bunch of some of the bonus questions. I got every question right and some of the bonus questions. I had a killer GPA. I should have stuck. I want to go back and just get my associates, maybe go and get the full bachelor's. But I was an English major. I wanted to be a teacher. I've always wanted to be a teacher my whole life. I love reading. I love watching movies. I love all that shit. And if I can make a living doing that, talking about the things I love and teaching, then that's great. That's what I want to do with my life. I also love being creative too. So yeah, I was an English major. I wanted to be like an English teacher, professor, something like that. Professor is a lot more schooling though, and I don't have the money for all that. But maybe at some point, I'll go back and get it finished. So hopefully. No, you know what? So many people are saying this tonight. I don't know why so many people are saying this, but we could all be lizard wizards, guys. I'm a fellow lizard wizard amongst you all. Jeez. Is anybody else picking up on this joke, or is everyone just like, what the fuck is he talking about? Who's been here the whole time and is like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? I'm curious. I definitely didn't set this thing up on my Twitter or Instagram or something like that. I definitely didn't. Anthony, say it for the people in the back. We've all done some crazy things for the significant other in our lives. Yeah. I mean, yeah. And that's enough of that. And that's enough of I don't like to get into the personal stuff on YouTube. I'm not a big fan of that, but that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. Anthony, love it. Thanks for the $2, man. I appreciate that. Oh, Sarah, thank you so much. You would be a great teacher. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really wanted to do it for the longest time. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I still will. I would love to. I would love to be like a professor is what I would love to do. I would love to teach a college class. That would be awesome. But I wouldn't mind doing like a high school class either. Like, I think that would be fun. I love the idea of teaching, of teaching a class, of talking about shit I like. I wouldn't really be doing that as a teacher unless I was like in English and being able to pick the shit I get to talk about. But that's what I love about YouTube. You know, I can get on here and talk to people. Horror may not be the best thing to talk about on YouTube, but it's something I'm very passionate about. And a lot of people seem to respond to some of the videos. So I really appreciate you all for watching. Thank you. Thank you so much. That really means a lot, Sarah. Thank you. You're a lizard, Harry. That's so funny. I feel bad for the students if Jake was a teacher. Yeah. I mean, I'd be that teacher who like would give not too many fucks. You know, I would be the teacher who didn't give enough fucks, and that would be a problem. I might get fired. I might get fired because of how little fucks I would give, but it would be a fun class for sure. Looking for some hidden gems. Do any of you have any of you seen really good ones that aren't known very well? Throw out some hidden gems, everybody. Throw them out. I'll give you one that's off the top of my head. There's this movie called Almost Human that I recommend. Almost Human is really good. That was just a random movie. Almost Human. Okay? There's another movie too. Almost Human's really good. And then is it called Into the Void? Into the Void. I think that's what it's called. Into the Void or The Void. Is it The Void? No, that's a Black Sabbath song. The Void. The Void 2016. Yeah. The Void 2016 is insanely underrated. It's a sci-fi horror flick. And I don't even know what, like, go into it blind. Just go into it blind. Have a good time with it. Killer movie. Love it. Almost Human has a similar vibe to it, I think. I think both are kind of in the same vein a little bit. Check them both out. Kang Vader, going back to you, my friend. Have you seen the Slasher TV series? I really loved seasons 1 and 3. Season 2 was okay, but season 4 was terrible. So going into that, a friend of mine recommended it to me, and they said, just pick a season. You know, this was when seasons 1, 2, and 3 were out. I picked season 2, and I've heard that this is like the worst season because I did not care for it at all. I watched the whole thing too because I was like, you know, my buddy says it's good. My buddy says it gets better. I'm gonna watch the whole thing. I was not into it. I didn't care for the characters. I thought some of the decision making was just really bad. I gotta watch seasons 1 and 3 though, because I've had people say, dude, oh, you've only watched season 2, like season 1 and 3 are great. So I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna give season 1 a chance. I didn't even give the first season a shot. Maybe that's not fair. So I'm gonna go back and watch season 1, and I'll report back, Kang Vader, because I want to check this out. I want to like it. I've had many people recommend it to me over multiple streams. So Hatching is a hidden gem, I suppose. Oh yes, I agree. Hatching was one of my favorite horror films of last year. Killer movie. Interesting fun fact from Jason Carpenter saying Dermot Mulroney's birthday is Halloween 1963, same night Michael Myers killed Jew. Whoa! Oh shit! No fucking way! I did not know that. Oh, Dermot Mulroney. I gotta. No offense, Jason. I gotta fact check this though. No offense. That is true. October 31st of 1963. That's insane. Kind of crazy. He's from Virginia, so, not Illinois, but close enough. He was also on Friends. I did not know that. Did not know he was on Friends. That's pretty cool. Love it. One of our Ghostface killers. Born the same night as Michael Myers killing. The first killing of Michael Myers. Love it. That's awesome. I'd be a teacher who never gives home. I agree. Homework does not. You don't learn anything from homework. It's just learn how to get something done in 5 minutes is all you learn from homework. You don't have to do them, but if you fail your test, it's on you. That's how I'd play. That's how every college class is. Why? My big thing is like why I went to college. Like what I'll tell you is, sorry, we're not talking about horror, but this is something I'm also really passionate about. One of the reasons I went to college and one of the reasons I didn't give a fuck in high school was because I just was like, the whole time I was doing, doing math, doing this, doing whatever. I'm just like, I'm never going to need to know this for my entire life. It's pointless. There's a lot of high school that is so pointless that you never use in your entire life. And I hated that. Like I hated that so much. I wanted to go to college and I wanted to become a high school teacher that didn't do that dumb shit. Like I wanted to become a high school teacher that didn't give out homework. I wanted to be a teacher who was like, okay, you need to learn this, and this, and you need to be able to write that down on a piece of paper for a test. Because that's what college is, and that is how you teach somebody things. I learned more in my 3 semesters of college than I did in my 4 years of high school. In fact, in all of middle school, all of fucking high school, I learned way more from my year and a half in college than I did from all that time. Because you actually had some accountability. It wasn't just about getting something like just looking up the answers online, because you can do that. You can do that. But if you want to deeply understand something that school is trying to teach you, then that's the better way to do it. I apologize for that rant, but that's just something I'm very passionate about. It's something I wanted to get into in myself, and I just never didn't happen. But maybe one day. I would love to have a college degree. I really would. It's something I'm actually kind of passionate about. But the other thing I'll say about that though is you don't need a college degree to be successful nowadays, depending on what you want to do. That's the other side of it. So it's on you whether you think that's a good route or not. Once again, depending on what you want to do. If you want to get into medical, if you want to get into law, if you want to get into fucking be an engineer, you got to go to college. Like that's just bottom line. There are many different things that you got to do. Okay, sorry. I back on track. Sorry. I apologize, but that was my whole thing about high school. I was like, I would tell my teachers would get mad at me about not doing homework assignments, and I'd be like, can you tell me what this teaches me? Please tell me. And then they would tell me, and I'd be like, well, okay, I can find all of that online if I ever need it. That does not help me in life. And I was the kid who fought teachers. I was the kid who was like, no, you're wrong, I'm right. I was that annoying kid in high school. I'm not afraid to admit it. And I don't know. I wanted to be better. I wanted to get into the system myself and be better. Okay, we're done. Back to horror. I apologize, everybody. But passionate rant from old Jake. Lighting Ghost is throwing $2 out there. I appreciate that. Saying, I'm the ghost and the lizard wizard. Lighting Ghost, I'm going to say this one more time. We can all be lizard wizards here. All of us. We can all be wizards. We can all be lizards. And we can all live happily ever after. I don't know why everyone is saying this. Lighting Ghost, I'm just messing with you, man. Thank you for the $2. I appreciate you. I appreciate you hanging out with me on my crazy school rants, on my crazy horror rants. I appreciate you. I appreciate you a whole lot. Thank you for the $2. Thank you, sir. Maybe one day I'll tell the corn dog story, but not today. Not today. I shouldn't. I've already said too much. I'm never telling that on stream. Don't think you can bully me into telling that story. I will never tell it. Anyways, I am late to the stream, but no, I am the Lizard Wizard. Okay, you know what? You can be the Lizard Wizard, but I just want everyone to be a Lizard Wizard together in harmony. I'm just messing with you. Anyways, Vivid Gamer's also saying, I'll have a master's degree in a few months, and I honestly have no idea what I'm supposed to do with it. Well, unfortunately, a few people are also in that boat. But what I will say is education is not a bad thing. It's good to be educated. It's good to be knowledgeable. It's good to have that college experience as well. I met a lot of my friends in college that I hang out with now that I know. But also at the same time, it's not something you have to do. Don't feel like a lesser human being if you don't go to college, because you're not. That's just not the truth. But also, Vivid Gamer, be proud of that master's degree. That's a lot of hard work that you put into that. Unfortunately, too much damn money, but I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you if no one else is. I'm proud of you. That's awesome. Congratulations. Congratulations on that, and I hope you have a great graduation here soon. Coming up. Congrats. Lizard Wizard solidarity. Yes! The Lizard Wizards stick together, and I love that. Ethan and Greg are most definitely the weakest Ghostface. I prefer the father and daughter thing with Quinn. Chad laid a pretty good beating on both brother and sister, though. Good point, yeah. I said back a while ago that I thought it was going to be a dad and a daughter who were the killers in this movie, and I was like, I guess I was kind of right, like a little bit. But I think that's cool. I think that's kind of fun. I like that they went the family route, even though I was like, man, if they do the same fucking thing, I'm going to tear my hair out. But at least they made it their own. At least it might have been just the same twist from 2, but at least they took it their own route. They took it down a different path. Made something else with it. I stopped wearing my wizard robe. My lizard kept... We've built we've built lore around the lizard wizards, and I really like this. I stopped wearing my wizard robe. My lizard kept popping. I can't even get through that without laughing. My lizard kept popping out of them. I was a wizard with his lizard out. I'm banned from most wizard meetings now. Well, as they say in wizard meetings, you can't just be walking around with the lizard hanging down and being all drippy like. So careful with your drippy lizard is what I will say, Smokey. That's advice we can all take to heart, I think. We can all be lizard with. All of us can. 1 point for Lizardor. This stream is out of control. I love it. Brian Phillips is saying, what's up, Jake? How's it going, Brian? What's up? In the middle of my Evil Dead marathon this week. Nice. I just got through mine. That's funny. Seeing Evil Dead Rise this Thursday night. Can't wait. Dude, I'm so hyped for you, Brian. I hope you love it. I hope you enjoy it. I had a fucking blast with it. I got my spoiler review going up probably Thursday morning. So hey, if you see the movie Thursday night, check out the review afterwards. I really think Evil Dead fans are gonna fucking love this movie. It's yet another banger in the franchise. I'm not saying it's the best Evil Dead movie. I don't think it's the best Evil Dead movie, but I think it's great. I think it's a really fun movie. It's an ode to Evil Dead 2 as well, which I think is great. If you like Evil Dead 2, you're gonna love this. You're really gonna like this film. It does a lot of it takes a few Evil Dead 2 things and then brings them into this, which is great. I think that's wonderful. I think it's a really fun new direction for the franchise that hopefully is setting up more to come. Seems like I got to speak with Bruce Campbell a few times at Horror Hound, which I know I just keep talking about, and I apologize, but that was like the best weekend of my life. I'm just gonna be honest. But he was talking all about how he would love to make a whole new run of Evil Dead films. And I'm like, yeah, if there was a new Evil Dead film every year, I would be hyped for it. I would see it. It would be great. I would not say no to that. So maybe that happens. That'd be great. Jason is saying, I want my Best Buy Scream 6 Steelbook already. Me too, man. I just got Pearl the other day and rewatched that. Holy fuck, that movie's good. Oh my God, Pearl is... when I first saw it, I think I was expecting another slasher film, but I think what I'm realizing about it on second watch is it's basically the female Joker movie we've all been wanting. And that's what I didn't realize about it the first time I saw it. But it's killer. Dude, it's a banger. Absolute banger. Really, really good movie. Pearl's so good. Ugh. I don't know. I want to watch it again tonight. That's how much I liked it. Villain Killing Dylan throwing $5 out there. Sir, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. The giant yellow pod with the vines in Jumanji also scared me as a kid. that movie's scary, man. I saw that as a kid too. I did not I did not vibe with it when I was young. Right up there with the brain bug in Starship Troopers. Oh shit. Yeah, that's fucked up as well. I saw Starship Troopers when I was a little older, so like I could handle it. But I'm going to be honest, Starship Troopers, it's one of my all-time favorite movies. Like, it's so smart and so silly. It's got so many different flavors about movies that I love, all packed into one film. Killer movie. Like, it's one of my all-time favorites. Love Starship Troopers. I got a box set of the first 3 movies. I only care about the first one, but that first one's a banger, man. It's really good. But really good examples of things that were like unintentionally way too damn scary from non-horror movies. Great examples of that. Spy Kids, I think, is a great example too. Spy Kids is fucking scary, man. And it's a kids movie. I don't know why it's so scary. But Villain Killing Dylan, I love it. Great examples there. Thanks for the $5. I appreciate you. Lighting Ghost throwing $2 out there as well. Appreciate you as well. Saying, who do you enjoy the most in Evil Dead Rise? Best performance, in my opinion, was absolutely Alyssa Sutherland, who's our main Deadite in this movie. You've already seen that from the trailers, and she's incredible. I loved Lily Sullivan as Beth too. Need some energy for this last half of the stream here. I really loved the leads. The little girl's name, I believe, is Nell Fisher. She's excellent in the movie as well. The whole cast actually is great. I really loved everybody. But yeah, Alyssa Sutherland was definitely my favorite part of it. She gives such a great performance because you get to see her a little bit before she goes full Deadite, and she's such a wildly different character from start to finish where we get to. There's some other side characters you've yet to be introduced to that I have like 2 little criticisms about the movie, and some of the side characters I feel like we could have done a little more with. But I think it was the right amount, and there's also something about the very beginning and the very ending of the movie that I like. Personally, I think I would have changed, but besides that, I fucking loved it. It's a banger. It's like there's 2 little tiny things about the movie I would have changed, but it's nothing that really takes away from it. But Alyssa Sutherland, 10 out of 10 performance. She was amazing. So, Lightning Ghost, thank you again for the support. I appreciate you. Mr. L is saying scariest suspense for... Oh, man. Okay, Mr. L, I got to tell you something. Great question, first of all. So, scariest horror game you've ever played. So, here's what I'll say. I have not had a day off in way too damn long. There's a lot of horror news today, and I just was like, I need a day. I need at least half a day to sit down and just do something dumb. Like I worked all weekend on shit, and I'm just like, I didn't have a single moment to sit down. Literally, the first time I sat down all weekend was last night to watch Pearl, and it was great. It was like awesome, loved it. Great rewatch of a movie. But I don't know. I didn't get a chance to chill this weekend. I was busy. I streamed. I posted a review. Just a lot of work this weekend. It was tough. So this morning I woke up and I'm like, I should put out a video, and I got a little lazy. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Old Jake needed a break, and I decided to play Resident Evil 2, the remake, which I bought a long time ago, and I maybe played 10 minutes of it, maybe. And I sat down and I played through the entire police station level. And let me tell you, I was home alone all day today, and it was fucking terrifying. I'm still on edge a little bit from playing Resident Evil all day, pretty much. And that was horrifying. Resident Evil 2, The remake of that is fantastic, by the way. If you've never played that, if you're trying to get into some horror games, there you go. Also, if you're trying to get into some more horror games as well, this weekend, Dead Island 2 comes out. And like I said earlier, I'm turning the second page into a gaming channel. Kind of thinking about streaming that over there. So I'm curious what you guys think about that. That would be a lot of fun too. I don't get me wrong, I love talking with all of y'all on here, but I think gaming, like a gaming stream, would be fucking awesome on the second page too. I could go for longer. I wouldn't lose my voice as quick. Once we get to the 2-hour mark, I'm pretty much like, oh my god, I'm dying here. but yes, gaming streams are coming. They're gonna be fun. But Resident Evil 2, killer. I love the original. The original game's fantastic. I played through that as a kid, but the remake's really fun and a great modern remake of it with that wonderful RE engine. Really good shit. So that's one of the scariest games I've ever played. Like, oh my god, dude. Yeah, and Smokey's talking about Mr. X too. Every time Mr. X shows up, play X Gonna Give It to You by DMX. That's really funny. Dude, I got a taste of that today, man. The ending part of the police station, you get Mr. X coming after you, and it's just like, fuck, dude. No, stop. Leave me alone. I'm trying to get the Magnum, man. I've been working so hard for that. I just got the club key. Let me get it. Let me go get it. Oh my god, but that game's so fun though. I am not playing the Resident Evil 4 remake yet. First of all, I'm broke. But second, I'm like I said, I've been trying to play through Resident Evil 2 for a while now. I think I'm gonna borrow Resident Evil 4 from somebody. But like I said, I'm gonna do a gaming channel, so I might invest. Here's my crazy thinking. If I buy something and it's for the YouTube channel, okay, it's like, all right, that makes sense. Like horror movies, I can buy those because then I can talk about them or make videos on them, something like that. I don't have a reason to buy video games right now. So that's half the reason I want to start a gaming channel, so I can start playing a lot of these games that I'm missing out on. Like I've played someone actually bought me the Evil Dead the Evil Dead game, and I've played one match of it because I just don't have any time. So yes, I'm going to start doing the gaming channel. It's going to happen. I've always wanted to get my foot into that door, and here we are. Fuck it. We're doing it. Oh, Sean, you're the best. You can borrow my RE4 remake, Jake. I just beat it. Nice. Hell yeah, man. I would love to borrow that. I really want to play that. Oh my god, I've heard nothing but good things. Resident Evil 2 is fantastic, so I'm sure that one's even better. I'm hearing like I've read reviews that are saying it's like the best. It's the best Resident Evil game and shit. I'm like, oh, dude, I gotta play this. What's up? What's up? How's it going? I am writing from Russia. Welcome. I am waiting for a new film adaptation of Tommyknockers. Ooh, okay. Here's what I'll say about that. I'm so sorry. I cannot pronounce your name because I'm terrible with other languages. I'm a stupid American here in America who knows fucking nothing about anything, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. But here's what I will say. What I know about a new film adaptation of the Tommyknockers is that Andy Muschietti was actually attached to a project. This might have fallen through, but for a little while he was attached to a remake of that after doing the new It movies from like 2017 and 2019 respectively. But now it seems like he's got all of his eggs in the Pennywise the basket still, doing this new series for HBO. So I hope that he still does the Tommyknockers. That would be really cool. I think it's a very underrated story from old Stephen King. So great question though. One I haven't been able to talk about in a while. Good shit. Oh, Alien Isolation. I've heard that was terrifying. The jump scares in that game were randomly timed. Nice. Alien Isolation is so good. I have to play this. My buddy Andrew has played it and says it's the scariest game of all time. And I need to check it out. I have not played it yet though. But here's what I'll say, man. Resident Evil 2, there's some jump scares in there that, fuck, dude. Getting up to the clock tower in the police station, there's one where a zombie just comes out of fucking nowhere and like just bites right into your neck. And you're like, nope, almost threw the fucking controller. I was like, oh shit. No way, man. No way. Ugh. God, that dude, I'm like, I haven't been this scared in a while. Like, I'm so numb to horror movies. It takes a lot to scare me nowadays while watching something. And like, Video games, though, like, I feel like it would be hilarious to watch me play those because I'm terrified of horror video games. Like, I don't know what it is, but being in the driver's seat for like basically a horror movie is so much scarier than just watching shit happen to somebody. You know what I mean? There's something about it. Something about video games that's really immersive. Villain Killin' Dylan is saying regenerators in RE4's island area were scary. Ooh! Dude, I'm hyped. I'm so hyped to play that now. I gotta finish 2 first. I'm probably about halfway through the game now, but I'm hyped. Oh boy, am I hyped. Villain Killin' Dylan, thank you for the $2. I appreciate you. Appreciate you a bunch. All right, y'all. Old Jake here is losing his voice. I can feel it. I can feel it. So what I will say, though, is look forward to some more videos coming up in the future. I'll have a... I want to say the Evil Dead video is going to come out on Wednesday for... No, Thursday. No, Thursday for spoilers. I don't know what I'm going to do for Tuesday, Wednesday. There's been a lot of updates today about stuff that I could do videos on for tomorrow, so I'll probably have a big update video coming out tomorrow is my guess. I'm doing a big video on video game movies soon. I've been working on that for a little while. That's going on this page. I know it's not horror, and everyone's going to get pissed when it gets posted, but it's a really good video. I've put a lot of work into it, and I think it's a perfect time to post it, and you'll see why when I post it. Or maybe you're someone who's aware of the Mario movie and how successful it is, and you're like, yeah, really good idea to post about video game movies right now. So there you go. It's coming. Thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate you all hanging out with us, with me. Us? Is there... I mean, I guess the mask's behind me. Love hanging out with you guys. Love talking with y'all. Appreciate your support as always. Thanks for showing up. And as always, I like to end these broadcasts by saying, don't forget to kill it out there. Kill it. Kill it out there, everybody. Peace. I'll see ya.